Okay, so I've decided to start filming a reaction and commentary to a movie this time. Last night I started watching Nosferatu, the first episode. I enjoyed it, but there wasn't a whole lot of commentary and sort of, um, big reaction to it. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. A lot of big reaction to it because it's sort of just setting up the character, so there's not a huge amount of dramatic stuff that was going on. And I will continue to watch that, but I wanted to check out something that I've been wanting to watch for quite a while, and it's a movie called The Vast of Night. I did a reaction and commentary of the trailer that came out, and I remember that I really enjoyed it. And it's been out for a good while yet, or for a good while, but I haven't had a chance to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start watching it. I am not going to watch the whole thing. In fact, I think I'm going to just maybe watch about maybe 15 minutes tonight because it's actually pretty late. It's already after midnight and I was busy until late with work. I was going to do a comedy reaction, but I've got several that I've already filmed, so I'll just wait until tomorrow. I want to get started on this and just see how it is. One thing that I did notice is that the official critic reviews and scores for this are pretty high. I mean, consistently high. But the audience scores are a little bit more lukewarm. There's quite a disparity between them by like 20 some points or more. So that makes me wonder, what is it about this that the audience wasn't super thrilled with? In cases like this, I do typically tend to side with the audience. So I'm curious. I didn't read any of the reviews because I just want to go into this and see what I think about it. But I'm curious to find out, why there's such an imbalance with the numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and start my timer so that I don't watch more than I really should and get started.
Horn. Matter of fact, give it to me. There's something wrong with it. I used to play trombone.
Everett, can I bring you my tape recorder so you can show me how it works?
I don't know what you just said, but you sound like a mouse being eaten by a possum. Rennie, give me your
I
horn.
said, can I bring you my tape recorder so you can show me how it works?
Yeah, sure, Faye. Rennie,
Wait.
yeah.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did
You
not.
told me to bring
I
him
said
down
bring
here.
Emmett down here, not Everett. Emmett.
Oh, no.
I
Emmett.
asked you specifically if you wanted Everett from the radio.
Emmett doesn't work at the radio
No,
station.
Everett works at the radio.
Arlo, if you don't need me, I'm gonna get back out.
Did Emmett never work at the radio?
No, it's just me. Emmett works at Santa Mira Mills. He's an electrician.
Now, hold on just a minute. Emmett worked at the radio.
No. Wait.
Oh, my God.
Do you want us to record over that last game? And Rennie wants his horn back.
Ah, no, he does. That's why I took it.
Why do you have Brittany's horn?
He needs to be punished for being a Rennie. Wait, you're working? What about the Rita, Cope, or Winifred?
Oh, Winifred works nights in San Miralyn. Rita Culp quit. She works at Deb's now.
Okay. Jack told me I'm Everett. I like you, Jack.
The way these people act, it's like so
This
natural.
is Faye
like
Crocker.
It's not
small
recording.
town.
No, I know. It's just I've never held a microphone before. I'm practicing.
Well, I did not tell you to practice.
Only one way to handle the spoilers and the killers. Just the U.S.
Isn't that a charge?
That's a large charge.
Come on, press record.
Brought to you by Ellen and
Is that really how it sounds?
Yeah, that's how you sound. It's 100% Katie McQueen. Press record. I'll take it.
All right. Tell me more.
I don't know anymore.
Okay, then ask what her
An
feelings are.
interrogation, an interview.
What's your feelings on chipmunks?
Well, they're cute so long as they stay out of people's cars and houses and hair.
Ask her if she wants to hear it.
You want to hear your biscuit?
What? My biscuit?
Yeah, we made a biscuit.
No, we don't call them. It's not called a biscuit.
said we were making
A
biscuits.
recording is
Hey,
not a
what's this
biscuit.
for? Is this going on the air?
No, you're not going on. What kind of question is that? You tune in on the radio to hear a family talking in their car while they're eating.
No, just not.
No, yeah, you don't. No one does. So there's your answer, unfiltered. Brought to you by me.
Honey, you are too funny. Where'd you get this bit?
Well, it comes.
No, it's brand new.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Stemmons. We'll record you another time. Thanks for stopping for us. We'll record you another time.
Oh, that's okay. You guys have a good
What
night.
happened? Can we fix it?
Shh. It's not really broken. Mr. Stemmons is just a nowhere man. He's a full-on pale one. We gotta get out of that conversation.
Well, it's not really broken.
No, you can't waste state fate, not on a tombstone like Mr. Stemmons.
Double-dealing devil dog. That had me so scared. You know I paid for that with my own money.
Yeah, you can always
Well, now I'm nervous again.
What is this?
It's a tape
ask
recorder.
if they ever heard bacon, bacon, not pork.
Bacon, huh?
Novelty.
What are you talking
Bacon.
Bacon?
What?
I heard it in a war movie.
No, hold them back your mouth.
Have you ever heard the phrase bacon, bacon, 940 in a war movie?
That is, no.
I think you mean breaker.
That's what it is. See, I was close.
Whoa, cut the gas, Cube. You were a mile wide.
So you have your own show now, Faye?
Uh-huh, yeah, she does. It's called Teenage Rendezvous, and her radio now.
Say anything, Fred. I could appear in court, put my hand on a Bible,
Start
and say,
Just married.
Oh my
God and
goodness,
everyone that I didn't say.
Say interactions.
God and everyone.
Yeah, I am.
What else you got in there?
Just my mouthpiece and some hairpins.
Hairpins.
Yeah, my mom says you can stash hairpins anywhere, and one day you'll be
I'm
glad you
liking
did
the
it.
sound
That's
of the
weird.
dialogue. And
All right, I just read about this, and I
the
think it's
sound
boss.
effects
Don't you make me feel like a fool for
Oh,
liking it.
I would
Foley,
never.
if
Come on,
that's
let me
what
have
it
it.
is.
Raspberries.
All right, well,
This is already an experiment. They already did this?
in Lincoln, Nebraska, in April, you press a button on the dash of the car that says electronic drive, and the car starts to drive itself.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, I know. And get this. Well, actually, two things. First of all, it can tell if there's a car stopped up to a mile ahead, and it'll slow traffic automatically, like all cars at once, like a school of fish. And two, it doesn't need eyes to work,
I wonder
so
if this is true.
if your vision's bad, or if it's raining cats and dogs outside, or if you need to switch highways, a voice will literally interrupt your radio and tell you that your exit's approaching, so you can get back behind the wheel and take control again. I know that was three things, but when I read this, I was like, wow, really? Can all this really be true? And it is. It's 100%
He's a
true.
chatterbox,
Tested in
isn't
April
he?
this year, Lincoln, Nebraska. This
Sound like
article's
me.
in this Science Digest,
So
this
a
issue.
vo-
5,000 miles per hour in these tubes all across the country. That's how it's all going to be. It's called vacuum tube transportation.
Mm.
And all these tubes, they crisscross all of the world. So we're going to sit in cars that run through the tubes like little hot dogs through a garden hose.
So wait a minute.
It's going to be everywhere by the year 2000.
Wait a minute. What
It's
I'm-
in this article here, see?
Whoa, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Does this mean that the whole other thing won't happen? The radio cars and the highway?
Okay, I've gone past my time. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I don't know how long the chattering is going to continue. Not that I mind it. It's interesting because if it's true, I don't know. It may very well be true that these were actual things that were, I mean, I don't remember what year this is supposed to take place in, but I do know that the idea of self-driving cars and things like that have been around for a while. I've seen in movies that are supposed to take place in the future, you know, vacuum tube type travel, something similar to that. I just wonder if that sort of concept was already around as far as that thing, the vacuum tube stuff. Electronic roadways, well, that's the whole thing. That's like the self-driving cars. There's something else she was talking about, which is obviously around the GPS type thing, telling you your exit's coming up. That's a great modern marvel, you guys. I love GPS. Without it, I would be so lost whenever I'm in a place I don't know. Anyway, so this is fun so far. I'm liking the feel, the environment of this little town. It's this small town. Everybody knows everybody. You feel like you're just dropped right into the middle of a day in the life, and everybody is just acting so natural, like you're just a spectator in a real, actual, you know, little small town life evening. I don't know when whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but I'm expecting it's going to be soon. I'm already 16 minutes into this thing. So I have only vague memories of what the trailer was showing. She was like at the place where she works. I think she works in some communication place, like she's an operator or something. And she hears something, and I want to say I get the sense that this is about UFOs, you know, along those lines, but I might be wrong, and I'm just going along for the ride and waiting to see what's going to happen. I don't know when I'll pick back up with this again. Maybe tomorrow I'll watch another episode of Nosferatu, or at least part of an episode. I ended up watching the entire dang episode last night. I did not mean to do that, but that's why I set a timer for myself tonight. I didn't want to go too late. So I got a lot of work, and I have to make sure I organize my day in such a way that I can get everything done so that I can be done in time to do some filming at the end of the day. So, okay, well, this is fun. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is the end of like my little viewing experience one, part one of I don't know how many parts because I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish. Okay, you guys, bye. Okay, so I'm returning for a little bit more of The Vast of Night. I started watching it last night and I really liked what I saw. I had mentioned that there was a discrepancy between the official critics reviews and the audience reviews by quite a bit, and so far I haven't been able to determine yet why that would be, because I like the feel of what I'm watching so far. I like the acting, how natural it feels, the small town vibe, the sound. I really like the sound of the like the Foley, if that is indeed what I'm hearing, the sounds of them walking, the sounds of the way she was opening and closing that case that she can't remember what she had in it. I don't remember what she had in it, but whatever. And I'm just waiting to see when this thing is going to happen as far as what's going to pivot this story to the direction that it's going to go. I expect it's going to happen within this viewing tonight. I'm only going to watch for about 15 minutes like I did last night. They're on their way to, I guess, where she works. I think she must work at like a switchboard place or some sort of radio, something like that. Anyway, so it's getting a little bit, it's on up there. It's almost tomorrow. So I want to go ahead and get started on this. So I'm not going to say anything else for now.
In the future, every baby will be assigned a telephone number at birth, and it'll be his for life. And we'll all have palm-sized dials, like a clamshell with no receiver. Or, well, I guess we'll have little speakers and microphones instead. And on one side, you'll have the dial. And on the back will be a Lilliput screen, so like a miniature television screen. You can keep it in your pocket, so you can call your friend in Rome or New York or anywhere and see his face on your dial and have a conversation with him in color. The screens will be in color.
Which magazine is that?
Modern Mechanics.
Actually, I believe the train tubes and the highways, but the tiny TV telephones, that's cuckoo. All right. Hey, it's been fun.
And that came
I gotta
through.
run. Tune in. All right, tune in.
I will.
Oh, look out now.
Thank you.
Did they say this was in New Mexico? Is this supposed to be about Roswell? Because when I read the little descriptions of it or summaries, it didn't really, I didn't notice them specifically say it was about the Roswell incident, and I can't remember what year they said this was. So anyway, curious.
Just call Everett.
Well, I don't want to disturb him while he's on the air.
Don't be shy with him. He doesn't care if you call him.
Ethel?
Everybody's getting disconnected
Ethel?
or something.
Bloom Honey, with a co-sponsorship from our Business of the Week,
Glasses.
the Utter Stand, providing the whole valley with the coldest confections and the sweetest slurp.
If it's foreign or cold, you better believe the Air Force will be coming to town.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We get in trouble?
We haven't done anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Her acting is so natural.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
718 here at WOTW. Hey, listen up,
Slow
because we
build
got
up,
a quick
isn't it,
query for
for
anyone that
whatever's
wants to
going
take
on.
a crack. We've got a sound we'd like to play that seems to be sort of bound.
Score, or is it whatever's happening? Okay, well, I feel like we're right on the cusp of being shown whatever's getting ready to happen. Now, one thing that I am starting to notice as far as the movie is that, well, obviously as far as the movie, because that's what I'm doing is watching this movie. We're already more than 1/3 of the way through the film. There's just under an hour left to go. This is at the 32-minute 45 mark. There's 58:14 left to go, and that, of course, will include credits, which can take up 2 to 5 minutes, sometimes more. I doubt it will be more than that in this regard, but at any rate, whatever. We've got less than an hour to go. We're a third of the way through it, and nothing major is happening. That means there's less than an hour before this story gets wrapped up, supposedly, before we find out what the deal is, before they develop their plan as to what they're going to do to deal with it, deal and deal, and whatever the climax is going to be. So I'm wondering if part of the lower ratings for the audience reviews has to do with that it's quite slow moving. Now I'm intrigued the whole time. I'm not bored. I'm just feeling like, okay, when are we going to get to the point where the ball starts to roll? And are we going to have enough time for this thing to be resolved sufficiently? Because at the rate this is going, it feels like it should be a 2-hour movie instead of an hour-and-a-half movie. Anyway, whatever. That's just talking off the top of my head, just, wondering. These are things I'm wondering in my brain. I try to mention whatever occurs to me at the time. And sometimes if I go for long stretches without talking, I'm just observing. I have no commentary to add. I'm just kind of drawn into the story. Processing what we're watching. But so if I watch about 15 minutes every night, I'll be done with this in 4 days. That's if I watch it every single night. I don't know. And maybe some nights will be longer. That all depends on how my day goes. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for tonight because I have a feeling if something is getting ready to happen any moment, I'm going to be so drawn into that, I'm going to go way past the time that I meant to go, like what happened the other day when I watched the episode of Nosferatu, episode 1. I watched the entire thing, and that was almost an hour long. So I'm going to go ahead and call this quits, and see you guys later. Bye. Okay, I am back for a third night of watching some more of The Vast of Night. So far, I have really enjoyed this. I'm about 30 minutes into it and still waiting to see when whatever's supposed to happen, like the big thing that's supposed to happen that really gets things going. I mean, it sort of already has with the stuff that she's been overhearing on the line, but nothing beyond that. So we don't know yet. And there's only about an hour left, actually less than an hour to go in this before we see, before everything's resolved, before the big stuff starts, and then, they decide what they're going to do, like I said, and then the climax happens. So we'll see what's going to happen tonight. I think I've got a little bit more time to watch it tonight than I have for the past few nights. So I'm going to set my timer. And just because I don't want to go too far over. So I think maybe I'll watch about maybe 20 or 25 minutes. Let's see. If I've got 58 minutes to go. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Let's get into this.
What sound?
The same sound you just played tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
thinking.
sure it was the same?
Oh, I couldn't forget it.
Ooh.
Get in!
Oh.
Did you steal a
Get him?
car?
No! Yes, come on, get in. Did you get him?
I stole a bicycle.
Answer me, Faye.
Oh, yes, I got them.
All right.
Whose car is this?
It's Mr. McCain's.
So you still don't think something's going on?
I think if anything's happening, it's that we're being spied on or we're about to be invaded.
By who?
Soviets.
You really think so?
100%, absolutely.
Okay.
And this is exactly where they come into, southern border.
That's
Yeah, I do highway hits from 7 to 11. Were you listening? 80 miles an hour all the way. Yeah, he does the old stuff. I didn't do
No,
it.
we don't. Military sounds really hurt.
Okay, good, because I heard girls' feelings a lot.
Don't be a jerk all the time. Probably.
You are on a stick with me tonight.
Their interactions are cute. Oh my goodness, all these big devices. Now it's like all you need is your phone or a little tiny digital recorder. Oh, that's creepy. It's completely dark inside. No, my timer went off. I really need to stop.
I'm back here.
What is she saying?
Ewe rafu oyek. Atili wood na netzel. Ewe rafu oyek atili wood na netzel.
Okay. I think I'm going to stop here for tonight because we're heading into the final act. And I'm going to wait till I'm done to read the reviews that people have left for this, but I'm thinking, unless the end just falls completely flat, but I'm thinking that the issue that people may have had with this is because it's so slow moving and there's nothing really big that's happening. It's just a bunch of talking and you hear some sounds. You don't see the thing in the sky. You just hear people talking about it. Excuse me, I'm tired. And what does I say? You don't see it. You hear people talking about it, and you've got these mysterious phone calls. But other than that, I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm just wondering how is this thing going to end? Like, what's going to happen? Because there's only 30 minutes left, and they're just now talking to this lady. I don't know. This seems almost like something that could have been a play. You know, like a play on a stage, because there's not a whole lot of locations you're going to, not a whole lot of huge scenery changes. They're running through the town and everything, but the town's a small town. So anyway, I don't know. I'm really curious to find out the end. I like it, but it is slow moving and it's not exactly what I expected it was going to be. Now, the last 30 minutes may completely blow me away. Maybe it's going to be totally different. But I kind of don't think that's going to be the case. So I am really curious to see what other people think about this. And whenever I get this up, like on YouTube, and then I'm going to put the full version on Patreon and Subscribestar, maybe we could talk about what you guys think about it, if you've seen it already or whatever, which you will have to have your own copy if you're going to watch the full thing, you know, with me on Patreon and Subscribestar. But anyway, whatever, we can still talk about it on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet and you just want to, well, no, I mean, that's the whole point, is to talk about this. If you've seen it, tell me what you think. But I don't know. I'm 30 minutes away from finishing this, so I should not speculate too much. I should just wait until I'm done watching it. So I'm going to stop talking right now and turn my fan off. I did turn it on purpose just in case the computer was going to get too overheated, but it hasn't done that in a long time. So, okay, you guys, this is it for now. Later. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap up my viewing of this movie. I've put it off a couple of days just because I was wanting to get some other types of things filmed. I was going to do a reaction to comedy bit, but it's running a little late and I don't want to be too late. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this tonight. I've got about 30 minutes left, I think. I'm just really curious to find out where this is going to go, how everything's going to wrap up. It's been pretty low key so far, just talking, running around town. No real action has been happening. It feels like something that's just like a play you would watch, because there's just not a lot of different locations where these people are going, just mostly dialogue. So let's go ahead and jump right into this.
You can sit down. So we opened the door a crack to listen. We'd never heard it before.
Sorry, I hit the space bar thinking that would stop it. But I just have to say again, I am really liking the sound of this. It is almost like ASMR. I swear, I'm so lulled into almost like a trance when this slow type of talking is happening and the ambience of the room, and it's just, and the acting is so good. The way However I'm going to feel about this movie at the end, the acting in here is really, really good. I was getting ready to say something before that, but anyway, whatever. The acting is superb. The way they're delivering, this is what I was going to say, the way they're delivering their lines, it just seems so natural and so real. Anyway, okay, back to it.
Indian. So we opened the door, a crack to him. And his eyes closed, and he looked up at the ceiling. And he didn't move. And then his lips moved with mine.
How could his eyes close? How could he be looking at the ceiling if his eyes are closed? You're not really looking at the ceiling if your eyes are closed. Your eyes are closed. Maybe he just had his head turned up at the ceiling. Okay, carrying on.
And a few moments after I stopped. But I did have a request for you.
Of course.
I want you to take me with you.
Take you with us?
Yes, right now.
So, where do you want us to take you?
To the ship.
Oh.
I want to see my son.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling she was going to say that.
I know he's here tonight. And I want you to take me to the ship.
They don't know where the ship is.
Say this when you encounter people tonight.
Okay. She has been running all over town, this kid.
Ethel! Ethel!
Goddamn fake!
What are you doing inside? I'm in my nightgown.
I'm not looking, Gretchen, and I don't care what you look like in your nightgown.
Dialogue.
Okay, let's go.
Whoa, you
Saw something in the sky.
What did it look like?
So they were on the roof when she went in, but they didn't see her or hear her?
She said it was round.
Oh,
it's playing it.
Everett, stop the tape! Stop the tape! Everett, take the remote already!
Daryl, wake up, man! Daryl!
Wow. Ooh. That took a
I'm so sorry.
turn.
I want to go home! I don't want to go
Please
inside
go,
with
please leave me. The trees are burnt too.
That's where they come down, maybe?
They're really here.
I can't see it very well. I just see what looks like a few lights. I don't know if it's just my resolution, the resolution on my screen. See, it gets very blocky when it's dark scenes. I hope she doesn't fall with that baby in her arms, with all that running she's doing in the dark. I expect we're not going to see the aliens at all, or whatever they are. That little thing, is that like a little craft that comes down closer? The screen's so dark. Can't see. Just looks like black. Well, if they're gone, then are they really going to take anybody? Power's back, so they're gone. Now, did they take the two in the woods? What's the burnt marks? Is that when like maybe a shuttle comes down, or do they incinerate the people instead of really taking them? So they're gone. What? Oh. The end of it. Is this like the real credits, or is this still part of? So. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like this is the end. It's going to be the credits now. Okay, it's just the credits after this. I kind of looked through. There's nothing else that shows. Okay, so I think I can see why people were so disappointed with it, and yet at the same time, I guess I could see why official critics would love it so much. It's very open-ended. I don't know what this ash means. We never got any answers to these questions that came up as far as something specific like that. Is the ash people are incinerated when the craft comes by? If so, you would think that it would also incinerate. I mean, so like the place where the two main characters were at the end, there's a bunch of ash or whatever around this tape recorder, the recorder. You would think that if the people are incinerated when they're taken up, or incinerated instead of being taken up, that it would have also burned the tape recorder, but that wasn't the case. So what is the deal with that? I feel like I need this explained to me, you guys. I don't know if they are dead or if they were taken up or if you're not even supposed to know. So I feel like what I need to do is go and watch like the ending of The Vast of Night Explained or something like that. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow when it comes to the meaning of certain things, and it's not until I read what other people think about it or what they say about it or watch videos about it that it has a deeper meaning for me. This, I liked it, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of open-ended endings, you guys. Every once in a while they work. Like in Extraction, it worked. There was another movie I saw. It was a show. I've been meaning to do a review of this. It was called Defending Jacob. Oh, well, I'm not going to talk about that because I might do. Well, whatever. You know, I'm kind of alluding to the fact that there's an open ending to that show, and I felt like it was well done and felt right. It felt appropriate. But so many times open endings to movies don't sit well with me, and so this one's not really sitting very well with me. I don't like that there's all of a sudden this abrupt end. We have no clue what happened to our MCs, and there's just no explanation. This was mostly a dialogue driven movie, and I liked the dialogue. I liked the way it was written as far as that goes. I liked the acting was really well done. You felt like you were plopped right in the middle of this little town. I don't remember what state it was supposed to be in. Was it New Mexico or Arizona, someplace over there in the west, southwest? You felt like you were just plopped right down in the middle of that place and just kind of sucked into this small town life and the interactions they had with each other, and everything just flowed so well as far as that goes. The sound, I really love the sound. Like I had commented more than once that I liked the sound. I liked the Foley that we heard. I mean, I'm sure there was Foley going on. That's what they do in most films, or maybe some really excellent microphones were on them as they were walking and opening and closing cases and operating the machinery. It just was very pleasing to my ears as I had them, as I had my earbuds in. Now, I don't know if it would sound as nice and soothing if you were just watching it on a TV through the regular speakers or what, but that is something that will probably always stand out to me when I think about this film. And just the good acting. But I'm not super pleased with the ending for the reasons I've already explained. I probably would not watch this again. I don't know if I would even recommend people watch it. I mean, I guess if you don't mind open-ended stuff like this, and if you film, a story with no real resolution. I don't know. I don't know. This is just how I feel about it. I'm sure other people probably think it's great, but I think the slow pace of the movie and the abrupt, unknown ending, I believe that is probably why there is such disparity between official critic reviews and regular folks' reviews. And I get it. I do get it. I mean, I had a feeling I was going to get it. I was going to align with that, align my opinion with that, but I didn't know what it was that was going to make it apparent to me. And now I do. But anyway, this was fun. This has been the second movie. Sorry. This has been the second movie that I've watched all the way through. I'm still editing Train to Busan. I'm actually almost done editing that. It's just a lot to think about when you're going through, like, what do you cut out? What do you leave? And of course, I'll be putting the full versions of this up on my Patreon and Subscribestar. Those are much easier to edit. But anyway, I liked it, but I didn't. I feel conflicted. But I'm glad I took the time to watch it. I don't feel like it was a complete waste of time. I'm not angry. I am sort of a little, but not like, I'll give you an example. There have been some films that I've seen that I was really annoyed that I wasted time out of my life to watch them. This is not one of them because there were different aspects to it that I did like, I found appealing, but the ending is going to leave a bad taste in my mouth. So, okay, I can't think of anything else to add. I'm curious now to go read more about it, watch videos about it and stuff. And maybe I'll have more appreciation for it after I do that. I don't know. If you guys have seen this, let me know what you think. If you haven't seen this, well, I hope you weren't watching this with me because you got a lot of spoilers. All right, you guys, later.